Anyway, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, welcome to Movie the Podcast. That's right, Movie the Podcast. We watched a timeless story of love and regret, set on a mountain, but also set in our hearts.
Yeah,
Brokeback Mountain.
yeah. Um, a movie, one of the saddest movies we've ever watched on the show without thinking about it too hard. I feel like off the top of my head, it's incredibly sad.
Yeah,
It's I would say it's easily like top three with a Ghost Story.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But it has a
Another
similar sadness to Ghost Story, right? It's like there's
yeah,
this quiet unfairness to the and it's a tense sadness.
yeah. I
yeah.
agree. What was the other one? What was
I'm trying
the?
to I know you in the fountain, but
Oh
it didn't
yeah,
affect it
yeah.
didn't
I had
affect
a
all of us like it affected you.
Yeah, The Fountain. I do love that movie, which is hilarious because I hate Darren Aronofsky now, but I do love The Fountain. I will. I hold my love for that movie. But yeah, that movie is very emotionally affecting to me.
This was the first time that I had seen Brokeback Mountain.
Oh
So,
I
wow.
I had
I I I saw it last year for the first time on our cruise. We were just
okay.
watching movies on the cruise and
It's a
uh
real
yeah.
uplifting vacation film.
Yeah.
But I can't say it's a bagger because it's not a bagger, but it's like one of the best movies ever made. It's so good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it strains the definition of
It
banger,
doesn't
but
slap.
right. No, I mean,
No,
there are
it's a
parts of it that involve slapping, but it
yeah.
doesn't itself slap in
I
that way.
This is one of those movies that I could have sworn that I watched, but then as I was watching it, I was like, oh, I guess I'd never watched this. I guess I just seen. I feel like this movie got like parodied and referenced to death, and I feel like maybe I had seen it just through the like sheer amount of times people referenced it. Because
Yeah,
Yeah,
as I
like
was watching it, I'd
how
never
many
seen it.
times have you heard somebody say, "I wish I could quit you"?
So
yeah,
yeah,
totally.
about
Like
that,
a
the
million other shows,
oh yeah,
movies,
it's
everything.
it's
And it's
it's
not
right.
even the best line in the movie either. Like there
No,
are better
and
lines in the movie. It's just interesting that that's the one everybody attached
well,
to.
the funny thing about it that I thought was that when that line is uttered, right, like the context of that scene is so powerful, but like the way that that line got kind of used as like a parody fodder, like it kind of I don't know, I don't know, it's a weird one to take from it, right? Because like it's like such a defeatist thing. It's not like this kind of overly romantic, like kind of sappy thing. Like I can't think of the Jerry Maguire, like you had me at hello.
Yeah,
I thought it
totally.
was gonna be on that same level of like kind of like an overly schmaltzy kind
Yeah,
of
that kind
romantic
of, or like
thing.
Notting Hill, like the I'm just a girl
Yeah,
standing in front
but
of a
that's
boy.
like I mean
Yeah.
that's like the final scene between the two of them in the movie, and
And
like it's
the
incredibly
emotional
emotionally
teeth of it
powerful.
are, yeah, it's
Yeah,
like that is an utterance that is a person resigned to how desperately sad their life will be no matter what, and that sucks
yeah, it's
for
terrible.
them, but it's beautifully done.
Yeah, so we watched Brokeback Mountain. We will get into it. But yeah, and as you can tell, there's no Gogs because I don't know, he's busy, and Sean will be here shortly. But we're trying to rush through the show to get finished before he comes on, just because that would be funny. So what
What'd
did
you watch this
y'all?
week? Nothing. Let's go.
No, yeah, what did y'all watch this week? Alec,
I only watched two new things.
Two new
two
things.
things.
I watched Shrek. I watched Shrek 2. Those are both absolute bangers. Shrek 2 might be like a perfect movie.
Shrek 2
It's
rocks.
so funny. It has such a good soundtrack. There's so many jokes for everybody. Kids jokes, adult jokes, references galore. Shrek 2 is like an absolute banger.
Sure.
Watch Despicable Me. I'm pretty sure we've talked about that before. Despicable Me is a lot of fun. Even though it spawned the Minions, which is like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's the
Despicable Me
best
itself is,
product placement opportunity or like merchandising opportunity in recent memory, I guess.
yeah. Um, but the actual original Despicable Me is really good. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember liking the first one.
It had shit. Is it Pharrell does the soundtrack? Is it Pharrell or I can't remember. Clips maybe.
Yeah.
I
One
don't
of them does
remember.
the soundtrack. Um, we went last night and watched Roof Man.
Oh,
Roofman, my new favorite Marvel character. Roofman.
That's an interesting movie. Like I don't know. Have you guys seen the trailers for it?
Yeah, a
I haven't really
bunch.
seen anything about it. What's
That's funny
high level?
because
What's the
I
vibe?
Roofman
just
Roofman is one of those trailers that I don't even want to see the movie because I'm so sick of seeing the fucking trailer. I feel like I've been seeing that trailer for 3 months.
like TJ. What would you think it is? Like a kind of a slapsticky comedy, right?
Yeah, like for those of you that don't know, including Nate, it's about this like convict that like he escapes prison but then lives in the roof of a Toys R Us, and it looks like a goofy comedy.
So it's the King of the Hill episode where
It's like
Chuck Mangione's living inside the
yeah, exactly, the
the thing.
Megalomart.
Yeah, the Mega Mart.
But like it also it looks like that, but then also I believe this is directed by the same guy that made A Place Beyond the Pines, which is like not, it's a pretty serious movie. So it's
Um,
like, but the way the trailer is shown, it looks like it's kind of silly, like a silly comedy, and like, there's like romance involved with Kirsten Dunst and what's his name, C Tates. But what is it really like? Because it's also based off a true story, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, this is
yeah,
Derek
it's got
Cianfrance. Yeah.
it's got some like comedy in it. Oh, he directed Sound of Metal. You love that, or no? Produced
Ah,
Sound of Metal.
no, I love Sound of Metal. That's a great
He also
movie,
directed Blue Valentine, which I
which
mean
I love.
that's a
Yeah,
pivot pick off of this movie.
Oh yeah,
If you
yeah.
want to go Michelle Williams.
he did
Michelle
direct The
Williams.
Place Beyond the Pines.
Yeah, Blue Valentine's a fantastic movie.
So you're partially right about the Roof Man part. He's called Roof Man because he broke into like 45 McDonald's and robbed them by cutting holes in the roof and waiting inside for the people to come open the store in the morning and then robbing them.
Oh, okay.
Like all over North Carolina, he robbed like 45 different fast food places. Gets caught, sent to jail, escapes jail, starts living in a Toys R Us, and then he like kind of shacks up with Kirsten Dunst. The trailers make it seem like it's pretty much a slapstick comedy through and through, but like really, it's kind of sad. It has funny parts. It's not devoid of comedy because Channing
Right.
Tatum has just got like a natural
Oh yeah, he's great.
kind of charm and charisma to him. But it's also kind of just really sad the whole time because you're just waiting because you know he's going to get caught and you're just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop as you see him getting closer and closer with this family, like falling in love with the woman, she's falling in love with him or kids. And you just know the other shoe's going to drop and it's going to be awful. And it is.
Oh.
Like it's a pretty good movie. It's not bad. It's not like anything
It's
incredible.
definitely not marketed the way that it sounds like the movie is though.
No, I saw like two trailers for it and like it made it seem like it was like almost like a Catch Me If You Can
Yeah, they're doing a
Yeah.
Patch
kind of
Adams
like
here.
Well, I just remember there's a point in the trailer. Well, there's two like big like joke lines in the trailer. One is where like C Tates is at a dinner with Kirsten Dunst and he says something about he's lying and saying he's part of like some covert government company or something. And then this lady's like, "Oh, I'm the head of the FBI in Alabama or wherever they're from." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And it's like a big joke line. But then there's another one where like Peter, what's his name? Jesus Christ. Tyrion Lannister. Why can't I think of
Peter
his full
Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage is in the movie. And I guess they have one of those money bags from the bank, and he's like, it's got one of those like powder things that explodes if like you don't if
The die
you
pack
know
thing.
the
Yeah.
die pack thing.
Hmm.
He's like, just take it off fast and it won't go off. And then it goes off and he screams, and that's what the trailer ends on. It's like very slapstick and silly. It's like very, very strange.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but it's a movie I'm probably gonna totally forget about in a matter of weeks. I guess Gogs must have been looking forward to it. Maybe. Um,
He does engineering stuff, so
One of
it
the
makes sense.
rare times GOG sends Alec and I a text about a movie. It's very odd because he never does. So it's like the rare
yeah.
time he's like, "You guys want to see Roof Man?" Well, like, no, not really.
um, I just watched the Tubi original called Sinister Surgeon. where a new plastic surgeon to a practice arrives just as a bunch of patients start getting killed.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay. Great.
Tubi originals rock because they're just like the Lifetime movies I was watching for a while. They're all an hour and a half. You don't need to like remember anything about any of the plot to follow it all the way through. Like Tubi rocks. I love Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi
Yeah,
does.
Tubi is pretty great.
It turns out at the end there were two killers.
Oh, The Prestige.
Very surprising. And I finished Peacemaker season 2.
I
Um,
enjoyed it.
I thought it was really good. I don't
Yeah.
understand the critiques about the last episode.
I thought it was
Um,
fine. I don't know
yeah,
what people are bitching
People
about.
just don't
Like,
like the
the
rom-com thing.
I don't
the
know.
biggest complaint that I've seen that I could actually maybe agree with is that it ends on a cliffhanger
Yeah.
where season 1 ended like if they had just stopped it at the end of season 1, like didn't do any more, it's a complete story.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to keep going, but this ended on like a cliffhanger.
Yeah, but
But
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's a comic book thing. I feel like comic books always end in cliffhangers.
yeah,
Like, and
I
there's
liked
gonna
it a
be,
lot.
yeah,
I
I
thought
thought it
it
was
was
good.
I thought it was really good. Like all the Earth 2 stuff is really
Yeah,
great.
it was a blast.
Um, Two things from it that I noticed is that Spider-Man is canonically in the DCU because at one point Vigilante do the Spider-Man meme and they actually say, "Hey, Spider-Man meme."
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
So
Funny.
true.
Spider-Man is known in the DC movie universe,
I,
and they made Prison Rape canonical
oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
Lex Luthor talks about how he has to listen to
Yeah.
his neighbor in prison get cornholed every night by either Killer Croc or King Shark. I
Yeah,
couldn't tell who he was alluding to,
you gotta love that.
but somebody's getting banged by a metahuman in his prison.
I saw somebody post that they were 100% right that Vigilante is like a better version of Deadpool. And it's like, yeah,
Vigilante is my favorite character. Like it's like the Simpsons thing. Like whenever Vigilante's not on screen, I'm like, what's Vigilante
yeah,
doing?
where's
Like
Vigilante? Yeah,
he's
he's
so good.
Well,
That kid is so funny.
he's funny, but he doesn't have the smarmy self-awareness thing
yeah,
and it's mostly that it's just the Ryan Reynolds thing gets tired over a period of time, no matter what. But like,
Yeah, like Deadpool 1 was a lot of fun. Deadpool 2 is it's still pretty good. Deadpool 3 or Deadpool and Wolverine, I was just like, okay, like
yeah,
we get
yeah,
it.
he's kind of done with it.
But Vigilante is my favorite character on the show. And I don't know. I love the way it ended. I loved with Checkmate with all the everybody
Oh
kind
yeah,
of grouping together. And then Tim Meadows. Tim Meadows with his
dude,
bird
he was
blindness.
so funny the whole season. That guy was fucking hysterical.
I'm glad he was in something good because he makes a lot of trash. He's in a lot of garbage. So it's good.
Yeah,
It's nice to see him in something that I enjoy.
but
Um,
I feel like Tim Meadows like wins above replacement is like incredible, right? He
his
has, yeah,
comedy war.
yeah, he's got amazing comedy war. Anytime he appears in a movie, I'm like, oh, this movie is at least 1 star better than what I thought it was, just because he's there. And
yeah, that's true.
that'll
Like
drift
the
away.
ladies' man without Tim Meadows is like awful,
Yeah,
but Tim
yeah.
Meadows makes that movie.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
that's it. And I think there's one more episode of Gen V. I'm on Gen V season 2, and like, it's fine. It's got the same problem I have with the boys, where it's like I'm kind of over it. Like, just let's wrap it up and see what like the end game is like, because every season it's only season 2 of Gen V, but every season of the boys is the same thing, and now this has a lot of like tie-ins to the boys. I'm like, let's get to the end game. I
Yeah.
think the next season of the boys is supposed to be the last
That's
one.
supposed to be the
I
final
hope.
Yeah,
season. Yeah,
that's
Like I
it.
really
Yeah.
hope like they get it all done and wrapped up because like I feel like the last 2 seasons have been the same. But it's the same problem I had with like Breaking Bad.
yeah,
Like it's just to say like, oh, he has a chance to get out. Oh wait, he goes right back in. Like, oh okay,
yeah.
we
Kind
Yeah,
of
they
get it.
keep like
going
riding
through the
these.
motions.
It's just like a wave to the next. Okay, what's the new gross out set piece thing? Let's build
Yeah,
to that, and then it's like, oh, but that wasn't satisfying. What's
and
actually going on? And they're like, oh,
I don't
we don't
know,
know yet.
I don't know that anything they can do in the boys is going to top Soldier Boy. He
No.
was
Yeah,
so
yeah, it
goddamn
was
good,
really
and
good.
that was what 2 seasons ago. Like he
Yeah,
was so good in that. Like I don't even know why. Like what they could do to possibly top it. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's everything. TJ.
I watched one non-movie thing, a TV thing I want to talk about that is very cinematic, and then one movie that was absolute trash. I'll talk about the good thing first. Tim Robinson has a new show on HBO called The Chair Company. It's fucking brilliant. There's only one episode. They're doing the annoying thing I hate with streaming services where it's just one episode a week. But I loved it. It's
Are they
very
releasing it on like cable at the same time? Is that why?
a possible. I don't know who has cable. I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
They're doing a big push online for it, so they might just be like, "Hey, we can make this viral and make people
Yeah.
watch it, like make it appointment TV again."
It's really good. It's like I loved Friendship. We talked about that movie a lot, but like to me, like Friendship was like it was funny, but it was like funny in a different way than I think you should leave. And I feel like the Chair Company is a little bit more, I think you should leave, like style of humor. Like it's kind of dark, it's weird. It's like Tim Robinson is at his most like annoying and like he's like a George Costanza type, but like turned up to like 1,000, but he's also like a dork. Like even though like George Costanza was kind of like a dork too, but he was also kind of cool in a weird way, whereas like Tim Robinson is like just somebody's dad. Like he's just that kind of vibe. He's like very like uncool. I love it though. It's very funny. It's very weird. Not to ruin it, but there's a joke at the end of the first episode that had me fucking dying where so like that what happens in the show is that Tim Robinson is this boring like he's like a real estate developer, but real estate for like retail spaces. Like they're opening a new mall, which is fucking hysterical in 2025, just in general. Like he's running a mall, and like who even cares anymore? Um, but he's given this big presentation, and he goes to sit down in his chair, and the chair like is annihilated, like it just falls under him, so it kind of ruins his day. And then he goes on this quest to try to figure out who designed the chair because he can't find who designed the chair and he goes into this rabbit hole and he thinks there's this whole conspiracy. He goes into the old chair factory. It's fucking wild. And then at the very end of the episode, like there's this old guy that like assaults him with a pipe, and he's like, "Stay away from the chair factory, leave it alone." And it's this old man, and he hits him with the pipe, but he's an old man, so he knocks him down, but he doesn't knock him out. And then the old man is looking like comically running away, like as slow as possible, and he's got this button-up shirt on, and Tim Robinson's chasing him, and the old man like unbuttons his shirt. I'm like, what the fuck is this about? Tim Robinson gets to him, but he can't grab him, but he just grabs the back of his shirt. But since he unbuttoned it, he just kind of spreads his arms, and then his shirt falls off, and then he continues to run away very slowly. I loved it, and for those of you with a short attention span like me, they're only half-hour episodes. At least the first one's only a half-hour per episode, so it's like you can get in, get out. But I loved it. I thought it was great. I can't wait for another episode.
I like the idea of him riffing off of like puzzle box shows and making it like, oh, what's the mystery
Yeah.
about this? And then he can just play with the fact that like no one ever knows what the mystery is, and so it doesn't really
Yeah,
matter. I dig that.
yeah. I
That could
mean,
be
like,
cool.
also, like, not to be. I mean, I of course I'm gonna do this. Like, it feels like weird in like a Twin Peaksy kind of way because like he's like stumbled into like something that he has no comprehension of. Like,
Right.
like I hope that this show gets like insane. Like, I want like cosmic horror in this show. Like, I want something absolutely outlandish. But I loved it. Like I said, the first episode's fucking hilarious. I love Tim Robinson. I'm a huge fan. So yeah, the Chair Company on HBO. The other thing I watched was him.
Ah, hmm.
The Satanic Foot.
God,
Oh, did you watch it?
I
Is
did not watch it. I saw the trailers and I was like, man, Jordan Peele just keeps getting worse and worse and worse.
well,
Like he peaked with his
so
He just
first
produced this, right? He
yeah,
debut.
didn't direct it,
this is a
but
whole Nightmare on Elm.
it is showing that like he keeps missing out on good movies because he wanted to buy weapons and missed out on it or something.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
apparently, yeah,
which I
but
mean,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
this is a whole Nightmare Before Christmas Tim Burton scenario because everybody thinks he directed that movie, but he didn't. Shout out to Henry Selick who directed that movie. But he didn't direct. He didn't direct him. He's all over the marketing. Like you would think in fact, the one that killed me was when it came out in the theaters. They had like an ad where they're interviewing Jordan Peele, And it's like he didn't even direct it. He's a producer. Like, I don't
Well,
know.
it's like the M. Night Shyamalan Devil thing, though, right? Like he didn't
Yeah.
direct that movie either, but they were like, "Oh, M. Night Shyamalan's important."
Didn't he write that at least? I
I
think
think
he
he might
wrote
have. Yeah, he might have written it and produced. Yeah.
it. But anyway, him is terrible. It's really, really fucking bad. It is I've made this comment a couple of times about a bunch of movies I've seen recently, but it seems like now, like with like the TikTok film critics, like they're people are just happy with metaphor. It doesn't matter how ham-fisted or annoying it is. It's like, well, it has metaphor, so it's like deep and meaningful. But like this movie is so on the nose with everything. Like for example, again, it's basically a
Sean has his hand
football.
raised.
Go ahead, Sean. Hi, Sean.
First of all, hello, boys. Uh,
Hello.
Real quick, you're talking about him, right? And
Yeah,
kind of like everybody just like in a movie that because it has a metaphor. Do you
yeah.
think, and the same thing with Sinners to like not the same degree, because I think that is a good movie. Do you think people
Yeah.
are just responding to like IP, like original shit at this point, and they're giving it a pass a little bit more?
That's where I'm
Yeah.
leaning on it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's that. I also think it's like people are kind of dumb and like they like movies are getting weirder. Like independent films are getting weird. Like not independent film, but like what's the word I want? Non-Marvel, non like IP movies.
Mid-budget movies
I
that
feel
are
like
yeah.
they're getting weirder. So it's just like they're like, oh, well, him is like an art film. And it's like it's not. It's real dumb. I mean, not, but you know what I mean? Like for example, right? So it's a basically a football movie, but it's not. But I'll get into that in a second. Marlon Wayans plays this like Tom Brady-esque like quarterback. Like he's amazing, won like 12 Super Bowls or whatever. But the fucking team name is literally the Saviors. And like they show when he's a little kid watching it, they literally have like an altar, and it's like right away, 5 minutes into the movie, I was like, oh no, it's one of these movies, like the Saviors. Come
Is it
on.
better or worse than Any Given Sunday?
Oh, it's worse. It's
Oh
way
wow.
worse. I mean, I think Any Given Sunday has some entertainment value in it. I mean, it has that giant penis in it, which was pretty great.
It got Mama's ringing the dinner bell.
Yeah, Mama's ringing the dinner bell. No, but him
How do
is like
do you like jambalaya?
him is first of all, him is inexplicably a bottle movie. Like there's no football in the fucking movie that which like it's just boring. So like basically the plot of the movie is Marlon Wayans is again this like star athlete quarterback, and our main character is like a young like upstart quarterback, and Marlon Wayans invites him to his weird underground sports complex, and that's the movie. Like the movie is like a 5 minute short that they decided to make feature length. Like it stretches and stretches. And again, like it's just like visually, it is incredibly boring because it's just in this underground compound the whole time.
I thought it was going to be like a like Jacob's Ladder CTE movie.
That's
That's
what
what
I
I
was
was excited
hoping.
for.
Yeah, that's kind of
I
what I
mean,
assumed.
let me just say this. The idea, like the trailer kind of fascinated me because like the idea of like, I don't know, mixing like ritualistic sacrifice and like Satanism and with like sports is kind of I think there's like a there, right? Like I think there's
Yeah, like
fertile.
we have like football is a game that just plays out war every week, and we
Yeah.
all shit our pants excited to see war happen, but we don't actually like war.
Also
So yeah,
the movie touches on this but in like the clumsiest way possible, but like the idea of like wealthy white millionaires kind of sacrificing black bodies because of
hmm
for their own gain, like that's an idea. There's something
yeah.
there. And the problem is the movie just doesn't do anything. Like it does nothing. It is painfully boring. And it's just like I was so bored this whole movie. And then at the end, you see it in the trailer, but like they have this like ritual to the like literal devil, and like it's just so silly and like goofy, and the main character is killing people with like a pickaxe, and it's like what am I fucking watching? Like I don't know, it was a big miss for me. I thought it was just painful to
So
watch.
is the metaphor supposed to be like the bad things you'll do to succeed at something,
Basically,
or is it?
it's like a Faustian kind of thing, kind of
Yeah, that's
like
Boo.
yeah.
yeah,
Well, especially because like you could, I don't know. One, it's been done,
oh
like,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
two, like I don't know. To your point, there is the race issue of like the inherently sort of
sure.
slave dynamic of professional football to the
I mean,
ownership.
South Park did that
Yeah.
great thing
But,
where
but
with college
I-
sport.
you can do it. I think it's an important message, but that's gotta be the movie. You gotta lean into it. Like it's
Yeah,
almost gotta be like like a chattel slavery movie. Like
Yeah, you have to do like Django, but with football
yeah,
and go
yeah,
hard at it.
yeah.
I was hoping that you were going to say it was something at least that was like, well, look, there's a certain like there's a horrible sacrifice required for a young black man to achieve something, and this sort of violence is passed between them. Like that would have
No,
been almost
I
interesting.
mean it kind of is because there's a point in the movie where Marlon Wayans is like he goes through like the lineage of like the him like the goat is what they keep saying, and again like
See,
I don't
that's
know.
just annoying because I feel like that term is so played out right now. Like
Well, here's
everything is the goat now, and it's
but
annoying to even
here's the
hear that.
thing, which I was annoyed by because like again, like goats, satanic metaphor, like it's right there. They don't use anything with it. Like sacrificial goat, I don't know, it's stupid.
Huh.
But he goes through this whole thing about how like, the start of the league 100 years ago, which isn't right, but like this guy basically sold his soul, and then it's like a Highlander. Every time there's a new guy, he has to take like literally kill the guy before him, and it's so corny. Also, like not to be this guy, but we all watch sports. Like, yeah, there's usually one guy that's like like there's a lot of superstars, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not like they're like the way the movie portrays it, there's like one guy that like takes over the league, and it's like that's not how it works
Yeah, it's like
ever.
Tom Brady lost several Super Bowls to the New
Yeah,
York
I mean,
Giants.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Tom Brady,
That's
for example, is great. I mean, like he won a lot, but it's not like he like even at his peak, it's not like he was like, you know, dominating the league. I don't know. It's very odd.
that's a basketball
Yeah, I
thing.
was
I
just
think more
about to
than
say.
anything. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't
yeah.
know. It's a
No, that's a really good
strange,
point.
it's a very strange movie. Like I feel
Also,
like
every sports movie works better with basketball because football's fucking impossible to shoot. And that's probably why it's not in the movie.
there is no fucking football in this movie at all. Like it was again, it was just so boring. And like I don't know, like don't get me wrong, I love a bottle movie here and there, but to make this a bottle movie was very strange. Like they had nothing. I mean, this movie should have been 20 minutes long because they did like absolutely. I mean, I was fast forwarding through the movie because I was like, oh, this is all they're gonna do again. Another scene where what's her name? Who's terrible in the movie? Who's the chick with the big ass that was in Uncut Gems? Jessica Fox, is that her name? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's her name.
Well,
Something
she's
Fox.
Julia.
Julia.
Julia
Julia.
Yeah.
Fox. She's in
Uncut
this movie.
Toms.
Yeah, I was Benny Safdie's muse in Uncut Gems. She's in this, and she basically just plays like I don't know, temptation, and it's just like it's so like I don't know, everything is just so on the nose and so boring, and it's just like, don't you want to come party with me and the girls? And it's like, okay, like I don't know, like it's like I can't describe I can't properly describe how fucking flat and boring this entire movie is. Like it's just very bad. So stay away from him. Nate,
I watched three things.
three things.
The first thing I watched was 16 Candles,
Ah,
which,
classic.
yeah, I mean, it's a great movie that was the template for teen movies, but I mean, a lot of it just does not work anymore.
Oh, sure.
So that's all I have to say about that. It's pretty clear what doesn't work.
Some of it probably works in a Young Republicans group chat.
It's true, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Some of it was just script doctored recently in Kansas. Uh, I also watched The Black Cat from 1934.
Oh, I love that
It has
movie.
Bela Lugosi and what's his face? The
Uh,
Frankenstein guy. Shit.
Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff, yeah. It's
Karloff.
really amazing. Like I this was like a weird Halloween pick for the film club thing
Sure.
that some of my friends do. And I was like, oh, okay, it'll be fine. Whatever. It's only an hour. Great. It's the weirdest movie from
Oh yeah.
1934 I could conceive of. Like, Boris Karloff's keeping blonde ladies in glass boxes in the basement.
Yeah, it
They're
rocks.
like drinking and smoking and playing chess and like and it's all taking place in this like hyper modernist sort of super house that like precedes mid-century modernism. It's fun. It's a fun movie. It's really weird and great and I don't know. It's not
Did
scary because it can't be,
you,
but it's good.
did you do Ed Wood with us? I don't remember.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
What are your thoughts on Ed Wood?
I love it. I think it's like
Okay,
it's
that's
inarguably
correct.
Tim Burton's only good movie or like his best movie.
Damn.
Some of his other movies are okay, but I
It
mean,
is it is his best movie.
yeah.
It's his
Uh
best movie. I think he has other good movies,
yeah, I
but
mean,
yeah.
Beetlejuice is good. I know. Edward Scissorhands is pretty good too. Like
Batman 89
Batman's yeah.
Returns are good.
Yeah, God, Batman Returns is a great movie too.
Edward Scissorhands is really good in
Yeah.
my opinion.
But yeah, the Black Cat. If you have the 50 minutes or whatever, it's really wild. Like I'm just it. I love when I watch a really old movie like this, where I'm like, hey, this is 90 years old,
Yeah.
and it's taking bigger risks than a movie from a year ago
And it
would
looks
take.
great too. Like it's
And it
shot really
does, yeah.
well.
It's
Yeah.
gorgeous, and it's just yeah, it's so interesting. And they're like, you have two actors chewing the scenery, like playing off of each other and doing like we're both the old guys of horror thing. It's
And they
just
hated each other too, which is
yeah.
gotta like it had to be so tense on that set.
It's I
No,
mean
no
it's
one gives two fucks for Bella.
Karloff can't
Did
eat
you
my shit.
I don't know if it's like this, but I watched like a 4K restoration of The Bride of Frankenstein, and like it's so crisp, it's like distracting almost. Like, does it
Oh
have that
yeah.
kind of look
yeah.
to it? Where
Oh,
like,
it's so nice. Like there I've watched other things like recently that feel mushy, right? That feel
yeah,
like they're motion smooth or something, and this is like just perfect. Like the lines are perfect, the contrast is perfect.
like it's one of those things where you're like hyper aware that it's a set, but like the art of the set is like so good. Is it? That's kind of how I feel about that
Yeah,
era of
yeah, they
movies.
they
Yeah,
keep it's definitely it is sets, but they're able to use the space in such a way where you feel like, wow, I'm in a sprawling weird mansion in the middle of nowhere. This is it's better than a lot of contemporary haunted house kind of things. And it's great because it's a movie that opens with suggested by the Edgar Allan Poe story, The Black
Yeah,
Cat.
yeah.
I love when
It's
movies are suggested by a text
yeah.
because then I'm like, oh yeah, well, because
Yeah.
Poe's The Black Cat is about a guy that's like abusing animals and then kills his girlfriend and buries her in the wall and the cat gets back there and the only reason the police find him is because the cat's meowing and
Yeah.
they open the wall up to take the body out. None of that happens in this movie.
No, it's
Like
like
there
it's
there is
it's so unlike the story. It's like why did you even like they should have just not just left it out.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. They did that just so they could use the title The Black Cat. They was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
look, we'll buy the rights to this Post story so we can like The Lawnmower Man, right?
Yeah,
A
yeah.
movie not written by Stephen King or based on the Stephen King story." Um, the last thing I watched was The Conformist. I texted you all about this before. It's a 1970 Italian film by Bertolucci, and it is amazing. It follows a like milk toast fascist in 1930s Italy who gets asked by the Italian like fascist secret police to go assassinate his college professor who is now in Paris and who is a anti-fascist dissident. And so he kind of reluctantly takes this job. He goes there and starts like an affair with the guy's wife, and they all sort of start getting along. It's really like I don't want to say too much about it because it's like it's so interesting. It's beautifully shot. And there's a lot of horrible shit in it too. Like there's several instances of like sexual assault that are some connected to him as a boy and some
Wow.
but like I haven't seen a movie recently where I was watching it and I was like just wrapped simply by the shot choices, like the angles, the way things go. It's a movie called The Conformist. He is a conformist, like that plays directly into his character and the plot, but like the way the shots are composed too show these aspects of conformity around European architecture and things. It's really cool. It's a really good movie. It's not an easy watch, but it's a really good movie. So see it.
All right. The Conformist.
Somebody check on Alec after that whole thing about the conformity of European architecture movie.
I'm awake.
Alec,
I'm awake.
okay.
Yeah, it's not about that either. He just walks around places that are very, very scenic. Sean, did you watch anything?
No, I've just been watching the world tumble into the turlet. But I know, I guess I watched part of Generation V, the new season. But
Oh
it's like,
yeah, Alex was
but the
talking about that.
satire hasn't been able to outpace reality at this point. Like they're like catching up to it, and it's tough to watch. But no, I didn't watch anything.
All right.
You should watch The Chair Company, Sean. It's really good.
Oh shit! Yeah, that came out Sunday.
Yeah, it's excellent. And half-hour episodes so you can get it knocked out. Also, new season. I didn't talk about this before you got on. New season of Smiling Friends is out as well,
Yeah,
which is really funny.
I
All
do
right,
love
let's get into Brokeback Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain.
that. Sad ass movie.
Yeah.
Baba. I'm gonna say something before we get into like the whole seriousness of this show
Yeah.
or this episode. It, to just to prove how straight I am. Incredible. The female cast in this movie, all incredible looking ladies. You got Linda Cantanelli. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah.
Cartanelli.
Cantanelli.
Cantanelli, like the beans.
That's Cannellini.
Damn
Jesus Christ.
What's her name?
Yeah, Linda Carlini is one of my like early Freaks and Geeks era crush,
everybody.
right? And then just like all of
Velma.
it. Yeah.
She looked great.
She was great in the show that was on Netflix for a while with her and Christina Applegate. Like,
yeah, she's wonderful. Anne Hathaway is. I wish Gogs was here because everything Anne Hathaway's doing in this movie does a lot for me. When she shows up and she's in that like rodeo girl outfit with the big hair, I was like, oh my God.
And I'm not. I know this is kind of probably a weird take because you've seen what I look like. I look like a bag of fucking potato soup. But like, she's never really done anything
potato soup
for me. Like, I recognize that she's an attractive woman, but like her like vibes or aesthetic have always been all for me. But I had like the exact opposite, especially when she went into her like. Even when she went into her like 80s perm era, I'm like, yeah, I'm here for this.
Yeah, me too. Also, Michelle Williams is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I've always had a thing for her. I really and to not be a sexist misogynist, all of their performances are also incredibly good in this movie.
Well, there's a lot of extra weight put on Michelle Williams for this being like she and Heath Ledger are meeting and falling in love with each other, and then everything's about to go out the window.
Michelle Williams is like quietly like one of the best parts of this movie. Like she carries so much of that early part of the movie, and like a lot of the emotional, like I don't know, kind of the groundingness of their like affair is pretty much on her shoulders. She does a very good job.
You know something I appreciate about this movie before we get into it, I guess I'm jumping the order, is that like they never take the easy way out with like people that are aware of Gyllenhaal and Ledger's relationship. There's no like you're a slur. There's like until the end for Gyllenhaal, but like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it would be like the easiest thing for Ledger's wife to just scream it out the window or something. But like I think they deal with it like very tastefully in a like odd sort of way.
Well, it's people who are too proud to do that, right? Like there's a certain like we're proudly polite and we're not going to even talk about this thing no matter how
also like Anne Hathaway knows, right? Like I feel like she clearly knows.
Well,
everybody knows.
The cool thing that I read about this was that Anne Hathaway's scene at the end where she's telling Ennis what happened. They shot two different takes. One take where she was lying about it and saying she was making up the story to cover for the fact that he was actually beaten to death, and the other where she actually believed it. And Ang Lee cut those scenes together.
So
the performance you get on the screen is a mix of lies and believing it.
So since you brought that up, I mean, and we're all over the place, but so it did. I don't know why I read this way, so just tell me if I'm just out of my mind. Do you feel like he actually got beaten to death like that, or do you think that's Heath Ledger kind of because he peppering in
story he tells in the earlier in the movie?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm only saying that because the way it's edited
Yeah.
it seems like maybe you're seeing Heath Ledger's thoughts. And again,
It cuts to him and then cuts to what he might be imagining
but
while we're overhearing her.
I
Yeah.
also totally understand that Jake Gyllenhaal was, playing. I mean, I don't mean to say it like this, but like he was a lot more out there than Heath Ledger was. So I can see him, being out at night trying to, pick
Yeah.
up a guy, and
Or,
then
maybe the rancher's husband, like there's some falling out with him. Or maybe they ran off somewhere. I don't know that there's a hard, I'm sure that there's a hard intent that it's like, oh yes, this is a thing that happened.
yeah,
But like I don't think there's anything in the text of the movie that says
Yeah.
you can't read it the way you did. I don't think that's a reach at all.
Yeah, I think
yeah,
I think that's the genius of the way that it's shot because I wanted to talk about this too. Like my leaning is that we cut to what actually happened
yeah, yeah,
because Anne Hathaway wouldn't be able to tell the truth about it, so it would be like, well, here's the thing we've made up. And there's a certain like there's a
yeah. That's
measured
all.
mechanical way that she delivers the information with no emotion,
Yeah.
which you can read one is like, oh, she said this to so many people because her husband has died that she no longer has anything behind it. She's just reporting. But the other thing could be that, like, look, this is the lie, and I just tell it. But I think
Yeah,
that's what's so powerful about that moment is we won't ever know what actually happened, but we
yeah.
will
That's
know
true.
what could have. And it's
Yeah.
plausible that it could have, and that's the darker thing, right? The
Yeah,
idea that, like, oh, yeah, people could have just killed him for this. It could have also been an
yeah,
accident, but people could have just killed him, and that's
Yeah.
entirely believable. That's
yeah,
scarier to me than knowing
yeah.
it.
I
Like
agree.
I can't wait till we get to the end of it. But like I think, and I've seen this movie a couple times, right? And like this is the part I always wrestle with Jack's parents. Like they obviously
Mhm.
know, right?
Yeah, oh
They
yeah.
know who he is. With his father, I maybe I'm just getting sentimental as I get older, but this viewing of it, I'm reading that he's more upset with Heath Ledger, not because of the situation, but because he never fulfilled
Yeah,
like the romantic promise of it. Like
I
he let
completely
his
agree.
son stay out there and kind of waste away.
I completely agree. I think like
Okay.
the dad reads like he's more than anything just like, man, you could have just been here and you could have
Yeah.
worked this ranch with my son and it wouldn't have been the ideal thing, but it would have been right for him. And you didn't do
Right.
that. And that's more of the reason why he refuses the request because he's like, I'm not preserving your thing. You ruined it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Ah, it's such a good movie. Okay, plot movie. We open. It's 1963, and we're in Wyoming. And Ennis Del Mar, that's Heath Ledger, and Jack Twist are looking for summer work. So they go hang out at Randy Quaid's sheep ranch, where they are told that they can take the sheep up to the grazing pastures on Brokeback Mountain. They have to do a thing where like one of them gets to sleep in a tent by the fire because the Forest Service, but the other doesn't. Basically, Randy Quaid's trying to like rip off the government by not bringing his sheep off the mountain at night or something. So one of them has to go sleep on the mountain in a pup tent, and the other person gets to be down there. So they begin this sort of weird like one of them's domestic, one of them is out working during the day relationship. And as they kind of get into that
Oh,
rhythm,
you know what? I didn't even that like even though they explicitly say it, it didn't really hit me until you just said it just there.
Yeah,
it's well, because it's so interesting how when they flip it is when they become happiest too. Is
Yeah.
like that, I don't know, that Ennis was never meant to be the man,
When they
he
embrace
was
their
never meant to be the woman.
traditional
Yeah,
homo gender roles.
right, right. Well, I mean, it's just there's so many little things that happen in this that are really clever and compelling.
This is to kind of tag up on your Tim Burton talk. This is Ang Lee's only good movie, I think.
whoa, 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 whoa. The guy made
Crouching
Crouching
Tiger's
Tiger,
good
Hidden
too, but
Oh yeah,
Dragon.
yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry, I
Yeah,
forgot about
don't.
that.
How
I'm
dare
talking
you?
about
and
like
But yeah,
American movies.
this dude made Hulk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that movie
but
sucks
the Ice
ass.
Storm is good. He also made
Oh
the
yeah,
Ice
he made
Storm.
that. Okay.
But this is
All
in
right.
his run of like
I never
Yeah.
saw the Ice
some
Storm.
bangers. Oh, Ice Storm is great. We should
Yeah,
watch that
I've heard
sometime.
it's good.
Um,
Yeah.
Similar energies to this, just
Yeah.
different. Uh, so yeah,
Much
so
sluttier than this movie.
yeah. Um, so yeah, so they have this working pattern, that Jack goes up with the sheep, he sleeps overnight, he comes back, they eat dinner, he goes back up to sleep there. They're doing basically like as someone goes to work, someone stays at camp thing. One night they get really drunk, and it's really cold out, so Ennis is like covering himself by the fire, but the fire goes out, and Jack's like, "Come on, come and get in the tent." They get in the tent, and then it's I thought really interesting how all of the sort of physicality plays out between them
Oh
in this
yeah.
movie is that it starts with like a hint of tenderness, then it becomes kind of just roughhousing violence, and then it sort of finds a happy medium between the two. Like they can't just embrace and tenderly kiss each other
Yeah,
so much
no.
as they like smash into each other's faces.
Well, I
Well, they're
read
still
that.
dudes at the end of the day. Like
Well,
they're dudes rocking, and sometimes dudes rocking goes like that.
well, that's also true, but I read it as more of like, they're still obviously like a lot of this movie is dealing with like the social stigma of being gay in the 60s, and I feel like
Yeah.
there's a lot of anger and confusion in like their emotions, and I think
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
that is supposed to
Well,
represent, or at
yeah,
least
and I mean Heath Ledger did see a gay dude get his dick ripped off.
yeah.
He got his dick ripped off to death. I think that also like making them cow men or whatever, real because it's like that juxtaposition is even heavier with like these like rugged Marlboro men type dudes
Also,
being
Oh
tender
like
with
yeah.
each other.
being a cowboy sounds fucking horrible.
Oh
That is
yeah, it
some
sucks.
shit. Like that is like there ain't no way. Like that shit looks awful. Like the
Yeah,
Take
you're
that,
wearing the
Bill
same
Bates.
clothes all the time, eating beans and occasionally washing your clothing and otherwise just like yeah, it'd
occasionally
be
washing
disgusting.
your it's like I said in my thing, occasionally washing your asshole. Jake Gyllenhaal's asshole must have been fucking wild as hell.
There's another complimentary tweet to TJ's review, which I love. That was like somebody said bottom in the mountain with a bussy full of beans should be the new chorus for Bulls on Parade.
Oh shit.
That's pretty funny. I like
Uh,
that.
so yeah, so they end up hooking up and they kind of just get into a pattern of doing that, but they don't ever talk. Like the thing about this movie that's really interesting too is like I had to put the subtitles on just because Heath Ledger's mumbling like
Oh,
American
it
accent
was
was
definitely
impossible for
tough.
me to understand. So, and they speak in a very, it's all low voice. Like they only really get pitched later in the movie. But they enter in this relationship sort of thing, but they also the only time they talk about it, they're like, this is just a thing we're doing once. This isn't happening. This is just a one-time deal. Um, they end up like what is it? They get in like a fight. The summer's almost over. Their work contract's almost over. Um, what Randy Quaid comes down to deliver some message to Jack, I think, or Ennis, I can't remember which one, about their uncle or something being having pneumonia, and he sort of sees them chasing each other around.
Frolicking.
They're flirting, they're running around and stuff, and then they get caught, and so but nothing happens. We just see him see that, and it's clearly it's a heavy beat in the movie. He delivers this information, goes away, uh, and then as the summer ends, they kind of have this moment where they could theoretically like figure out what they're going to do with their relationship or break
Yeah.
up or whatever, and they can't bring themselves to do that, so they just get in a fist fight and like beat each other until they're both bloody, and
Yeah,
then they
and they drive like Jake Gyllenhaal drives away and Heath Ledger like breaks down, almost gets like sick, which I thought was like a really interesting way to like do that scene. Like I
There's
don't know.
yeah,
there's
yeah.
there's kind of a funny bit of inside baseball about Randy Quaid in this movie. I don't know if everybody knows, but apparently, they pitched him on this as like this small art film, and he did it for like $50 or whatever, like scale.
Right,
And it
right.
made $1 billion, and he got all super pissed off because he never got anything out of it. I mean,
I
he's
mean,
barely in the movie, to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
he's in
fair.
that movie for like two scenes.
Yeah, but
and
he's
now he's
probably
dead.
mad because this is the best role he's ever had. But he died
Oh,
a
Oh,
is
hor-
how
this
he died
dare
is
a
you?
he
Hey,
died a
aliens, remember
horrible.
me?
Yeah,
is he dead? He's dead.
I
I
think
think
so.
he is.
Randy Quaid died. I just remember like he
When
had
he
But he's
some.
freaked
also
out.
a huge Trumper MAGA.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I remember that. He was like a weird, crazy, like conspiracy theorist. I
Well, and he
remember.
was oh, maybe he's
I
still
thought,
alive.
yeah, he is. I saw his strange pornography.
All right, he is still alive. But yeah, wasn't he like squatting in some house that he didn't own anymore
Yeah,
too? And like,
yeah.
Yeah, he made a porno with like his horrendous looking wife where they're just yelling star fuckers the whole time. It's very strange.
How many times did you watch it?
A 7.
Till I finished. Uh, um,
uh,
One more than the video of Randy Couture jacking off, one less than the Brett Michaels Pamela Anderson porno, which is the superior shot porno, but like doesn't have the kind of emotional weight that the Tommy Lee one does.
uh, so yeah, so they're parting ways at the end of the job, and yeah, well, there's one thing that Ennis says offhand that he says, "I can't believe I left my shirt up there."
yeah,
So we have that, and that becomes very important later. And I think that's this is one of the best breadcrumbings in a movie that I think I've ever seen, where like, oh, you said that, and it really mattered later. But yeah, so they part ways. Jack offers Ennis a ride, and he turns him down, and that's when Heath
yeah,
Ledger goes and he like breaks down, crying briefly, and then somebody notices him, and he flies into a rage about
yeah.
it
He's like,
because
"What the fuck do you want?" Yeah, I mean, because
yeah.
like Sean said, they're, you know, not so much. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal's like kind of twinkish, and I think his father-in-law recognizes his twinkishness. But like Heath Ledger's like a big tough Texas dude. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like he's
I'm
very
into the voice he's doing too.
Yeah.
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 And Jake Gyllenhaal, even though he gets more facial hair and gets older, somehow he doesn't suffer from twink death, but rather like twink ascension. Like he becomes some kind of like omega twink by
He's
then.
like a Pokemon. He's like a highly evolved twink.
Gotta catch 'em all.
So they now 4 years pass. So they had talked about like Ennis had a fiance named Alma. That's Michelle Williams. So they get married. They end up having a couple of daughters, and he's just kind of doing whatever he's doing to get by. But they're living in like a shitty apartment. Clearly, like there are cracks forming in the relationship over time over this section. And Jack goes back the next summer to Randy Quaid's place looking for work again and is like, "Hey, did you see? Has Ennis been back here to work?" And he's like, "No, he hasn't. And I'm never hiring people like you who would stem the rows." Which so
Yeah, that
Randy
is
Quaid
a
knows.
crazy that is like as far as like very poetic homophobia right there.
Yeah, it's like
Stem
the
the
Celestials thing.
stem the rose. What the fuck?
Br- Briefly, I just want to point out that Heath Ledger's wife in the movie works in the Impossible movie slash TV grocery store that only exists in movie and TV shows like
Yeah.
see Repo Man slash Roseanne slash anywhere where they can't use like an actual chain grocery store.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And it's the place where despite the fact that their daughter like breaks a bunch of jars of peanuts, the guy that owns the grocery store is like, it's cool, whatever. Like,
Well, that
Because
guy ends
he's
up
trying to.
well, he
marrying.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ends up-
Yeah. It works out. So yeah,
Everything's
so
coming up, grocery store manager.
Yeah.
He comes in and goes, mere peanuts, and then they had to cut because
And that guy has like I forget his name, but he's got like a hilariously goofy name. It's like Huel or something weird.
yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
Merle. So it's
It's
something
Monroe is his name.
Monroe. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then at the same time, Jack moves down to Texas after Randy Quaid gives him shit, and he starts rodeo riding. So he's like just riding bulls or broncos. I can't remember which it was. And he seems to be okay at it, but he's not amazing at it. And then we see Lorene Newsom, that's Anne Hathaway, and she's riding like it was dressage or was it? It might be barrel ride. I don't know.
Barrel
Yeah.
racing.
So yeah,
I
so
don't.
she's
I
doing
don't. I
barrel
don't think
racing.
they have dressage in that part of Texas.
That's
Like,
fair. They
Some kind of
Also-
fancy horse riding. It's horse dancing, ma'am. Horse dancing.
Also, they were so close to naming her Lurleen that I got kind of pissed off.
Yeah, yeah. It was. We could have used a little Lurleen Lumpkin interlude there. So yeah, they end up meeting up. Her dad's like a agricultural machinery manufacturer guy, so she's got a lot of money. They end up getting married too. So over the course of 4 years, we've aged up by applying sideburns to each of the actors,
Yeah.
and now it's 1967, so things are different, right? It's almost Summer of Love. They Jack is like passing through or something and sends a postcard to Ennis, And right when he shows up, Ennis like runs outside and they just start making out in the
I
stairwell
like
of
that
this apartment building.
Jack sends him a postcard saying, "I'll be coming through at whatever time," and Ennis just sends a postcard back, and just like bet.
Yeah, yeah.
The like unbridled like excitement and joy Heath Ledger has to run down the stairs to see this guy, like he does such a good job of like conveying things like that without having to say anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Oh, I mean it's that and then later when it's like when he's packing for the fishing trips, air quote, and he's like
Yeah.
grabbing all of his stuff. No one has ever looked more excited to be going on a trip. And so it makes total sense that Michelle Williams
Yeah.
is like but yeah, in
He's
this moment
also
Alma
like
catches them making out.
he's also horrible at covering his tracks. He's not even like
Oh yeah, they're
barely
bad.
believable. Like
Oh
he's
yeah,
so bad.
he's not even trying, but I think part of the thing here is he doesn't even really respect her. Like
No, not at
he
all. Yeah.
I think that whatever love they have is this thing that's like it's fine until it's possible to have the thing he really wants. And
Yeah,
so, yeah.
agreed.
Um, so they end up hanging out. They get a motel room. Uh, Alma sees them through the door, but she quickly closes the door, and then we get Michelle Williams doing what Michelle Williams does really well, which is like furtive sobbing, where it's just like, oh, she's not going to blow up either, but we're going to watch her sort of melt into herself in tears.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so they're hanging out. Jack wants to like, hey, it's been 4 years. Why don't we just try? Let's try to do a thing. So then he pitches this idea of, hey, we can have our own place. And this is when Ennis tells the story about, oh, there were two guys who had a ranch where I grew up, and everybody's had rumors about it. And then one day, the guy was beaten to death, and they ripped his penis off and left him in a ditch. And my dad dragged me and my brother out there to see this, so we knew what would happen.
Does
Yeah.
that imply, real quick, I guess in the language of the movie, does that imply that he might already kind of know Ennis or one of the brothers is a little bit light in the loafers? Or is this just like random, like, oh, this is just something the boys should
Oh,
see?
no,
I
I mean
yeah.
I took it as more that he probably already knew, you know what I mean? That's how I took it.
Yeah,
Because he did say that his dad, hell, my dad might have even done it. So I don't
Mhm.
know if that's his dad spilling over his feelings about his son.
Right.
Yeah, I wondered. I kind of read it as like he's taking them out there because there's this in what it would be in the 20s or not the 20s, it would be in the 40s. There would be this energy of like this is kind of a communicable behavior and I want to inoculate you from it. So even if he didn't suspect him of
Yeah.
doing it, he's like, look, if you've ever thought of this, this is what happens if you do that, right? It's like showing a car wreck video in driver's ed.
It reminded me of there's a Doug Stanhope bit where he's talking about Ted Haggard, how they cured him of being gay, and it's like I hope they did it the way my old man got me to quit smoking and just fucking made him smoke the whole pack.
Yeah. So yeah, so we get this brutal story, and of course Ennis is like, look, no, we can't do anything. We're not going to have a relationship. So over the course of time here, where we do some jumping forward in time, but it's kind of hard to tell exactly, other than facial hair changes again, and a little bit like they do a good job with the makeup, making both of them just have a little more weight in their faces
Yeah.
in ways that are very believable. So they're just hooking up with each other. They're having these private fishing trips. Um, Alma is obviously suspecting things because she's kind of just crying every time that he goes. And she even at one point, like there's this just sad desperation moment where they're all the kid, like the daughters are sitting at the dinner table. And right as Heath Ledger's gonna leave, like Michelle Williams is like, "Hey, you forgot about me or whatever, or you forgot about us." And he comes in and he kisses both the girls goodbye, but he doesn't
Yeah.
say anything to her at all. He doesn't kiss his wife. He doesn't acknowledge her. He just books after that. Um, the Anne Hathaway stops doing the rodeo stuff altogether, and Jack starts working as a salesman for the heavy farm equipment company.
Working and
It almost,
twerking.
it almost feels like I don't know if it's at this part or not, but it almost feels like where she's like, why can't he ever drive down here? Like she's less upset that um he's having an affair and more upset that like he's being taken advantage of possibly. Like she
Yeah.
feels like almost maternal towards him in a way in these things.
Yeah, I think it's because I think it reads both ways, right? Like it could be she has no idea what's going on and she just thinks it's rude that this person makes him drive, you know, 14 hours every couple of months. But yeah, it could easily be her just like, look, if this is the arrangement, like at least make it so you don't have to put miles on the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so he's a salesman. Turns out he's a pretty good salesman, it seems like. But her dad hates him, and they have a scene. It's like Christmas or something. Um, they're watching football. The son wants to watch football. Jake Gyllenhaal
Oh,
says
this
no
scene, man.
football.
This
The
fucking
dad
scene.
the dad gets up and like goes and turns the TV back on. There's a whole back and forth, and then finally Jake Gyllenhaal blows up, and you get this one glimmer of like relief in this movie
Yeah,
where
from Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway and Jake Gyllenhaal share this like knowing smile because it's like, oh, good for you. You stood up to my shitty dad. And you have this moment like, oh, maybe this could work out for these people. Not it won't be what they want, but it could be okay.
Yeah.
So uh another it's Thanksgiving or something that Ennis gets invited over. They get divorced is the other thing. So yeah, Alma and Ennis get divorced because she knows what's going on. She confronts him. Well, it's later that she confronts him about the tackle box, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's the Thanksgiving thing. But yeah, so it's 1975. They get divorced. Once Jack hears about the divorce, he shows up and he's like, "Hey, so you're single? Like we can do a thing." And Ennis is like, "We can't do a thing. Like we're not doing a thing," which is, I think that's like the most terrible refusal of the whole movie is he's just
Yeah.
and it's mostly because it seems like he's just embarrassed that his daughters are there and he doesn't know how to deal with this
Yeah.
situation so
Yeah.
he
Also,
goes with
like
like nope, I'm just a man, you leave me alone.
he drove all that way with his kids just to tell him, yeah, nah, I
Yeah,
can't we can't hang out, we can't bone this weekend. Like it seemed kind of crazy. But then again, this is a pre-cell phone era, so I guess like
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, what are you gonna do? So yeah, so Alma takes the girls, she ends up marrying the grocery store guy. They invite Ennis over for Thanksgiving dinner and that's when the confrontation happens. She's like, hey, you said he's your fishing buddy. I put a note on the fishing line in your like tackle box that said to catch us some fish because it was weird that you would always say you caught a bunch of fish and you never brought anything home to us, and we all like eating fish. So I left you this note and you never acknowledged it. You never noticed it, which means you never fucking fished. And then they have a really tense but like beautifully acted but horribly tense scene. Um,
And
and then
he has nothing to say, which I think is
yeah.
kind of perfect.
Yeah, yeah. He just runs out of there, even with his
Yeah.
daughters asking him where he's going. He just doesn't acknowledge anybody. He throws his coat on. Um, so then he starts dating Cassie, Linda Cardellini's character, and it around this. Well, it's around the divorce that Jack goes to Mexico, right?
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Jack goes to Mexico and he just picks up a guy in like Tijuana or whatever,
Hell
and they
yeah.
walk and cool
Whom
Ang Lee
amongst
choice
us?
here is they like walk
They
down
go
this dark
into the
alley.
dark.
Yeah, and it fades into total darkness, which, I think maybe in 2005 people read as like, "Oh, you're doing the bad thing." But it's more like, no, he's there the light in his life is gone. Like
Yeah, yeah.
he's going into darkness, into spiritual darkness. It's not a homophobic
It's a
sort of
metaphor for
shot
that guy's
framing.
butthole, Nate.
Yeah, there you go. The rose
It's a
to be
metaphor
stemmed.
for that Star Trek movie, Into Darkness.
You mean Khan is back there, but we're not going to say it's Khan until
Oh,
two-thirds of the way through
God,
the movie?
fuck that movie.
Yeah.
It's my name is Khan. Okay, cool. We don't know who that is. Let's call Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah,
So while Ennis is dating Cassie, uh, we get this really interesting kind of in-between scene where Jack and Lorene are going out dancing with David Harbour
yeah,
and
very young
Anna
David
Faris,
Harbour.
who are a
Yeah,
couple. And Anna Faris's character is just like a motor mouth. She just can't shut up about anything. But at the end of the scene, David Harbour and Jake Gyllenhaal are like sitting on a bench outside of the dance hall or whatever, and they just have this conversation that very heavily implies they're just gonna start hooking up.
Yeah, David Harbour's like, hey, come out to the cabin. I got this cabin, and yeah.
Yeah.
David Harbour wants it bad.
Uh, so yeah, they then we jump forward a little bit further, and they've had a fishing trip, and it says that they can't hang out the next time. They're supposed to like get together in a couple more months, and he says it's going to be November or something. And that's when they have the argument that
Yeah, that
has the "I can't quit you" line in it.
yeah, and
They,
this
yeah,
scene is super powerful. This is a
Yeah.
fantastic scene. And it makes it even worse because, like I said before, this is like their last scene together,
yeah,
which makes
And
this
like
like
I think it makes it even worse that I think all of us, I don't know if Alex saw it, but I know the three of us had seen it before. Like you know what's coming. Like so
yeah.
it's more effective on a second or third viewing than it is even in the first time.
To
yeah. This
me,
was my first viewing of the movie,
Oh, for
so
real?
yeah,
mine too,
yeah,
actually.
wild
Oh
guess.
god damn.
To
Yeah.
me, it
I'm the
reminded me
only
of
You guys
one
that.
are
who's seen it multiple
homophobe.
times. You fucked up.
Shit.
To me, it
You have everything
reminded
backwards.
it reminded me of that scene from Three Billboards where like she's thinking back to that last argument she had with her daughter, and
Oh
like
God.
you know what I mean, and then like that was it. Like I don't know, there's something that's like very, I mean, obviously like very hard to deal with when you're dealing with like finality, you know what I mean, and the fact that
Yeah,
You know, this is another thing maybe that touches us in our age more than it would otherwise. It's like, you know, the whole like crux of the movie is like, you know, people are going to be gone and you're going to wish you had said something.
yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
so I think we all as like adult men the best we can try to like communicate our feelings towards one another because you just never know. And
totally.
like that hangs over this movie like as like terribly so.
Well, I
Well,
also
because they're
I think this movie, I'm sorry, Nate.
oh yeah, go
I
ahead.
think this movie is a lot about, you know, like what you should be doing as opposed to what you are doing. It reminds me of kind of one of the messages in I Saw the TV Glow. You know what I mean? That movie is
Yeah.
about like
Exactly. Yeah,
taking opportunities and living the life you're supposed to lead as opposed to the one that you're kind of you think you should have, because Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger are both living like they're living these traditional lives because I feel like they feel like they have to, but they're not.
Yeah.
That's not what's making them
And
happy.
yeah.
they're
It's like
covering
that
both ends
fate.
of
It's
the
like that.
go ahead out.
No, go ahead, finish, and then I'll say my joke.
I was gonna say they're living on both ends of the spectrum too. So like Jake Gyllenhaal has everything and he's not happy, and Heath Ledger has nothing and he's also not happy. So it just kind of like
Yeah.
shows the range of like there's nothing that would have, you know, like filled that hole, no pun intended, uh, you know, in their kind of material lives outside of one another. Go ahead, Alec.
It's like that joke from the Roswell to Enswell episode of Futurama, where his Fry's grandfather is sitting in the diner, and he's like, "Do you ever get the feeling you're just going with girls because you're
You're
supposed to?"
supposed to, and he slams the calendar shut.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's also just like
His name
the
is also Ennis in that episode, by the way.
oh, it is
Oh yeah,
deep.
man.
Um, but yeah, the crux of the argument is one, like on the surface, it's the standard like what are we our conversation, right? Like, are we gonna be something or not? But there's so much to it that, you know, Ennis is comfortable with the pattern that they've established. We'll see each other every couple of months and we'll do this. And he's comfortable with it because I think he feels safe
Yeah.
in the fact that like we can get away with this. And Jack wants more.
Well, and
And it's
also
just so it's interesting because like what you said, Sean, about them being on kind of opposite ends of the spectrum from like a life experience thing. It's also that, you know, Jack isn't Jack is directly confronting his unhappiness, and Ennis is constantly turning away from his unhappiness.
it's also that Jack is like getting extracurricular, you know, he's getting more gay sex, whereas uh Ennis is not. And I mean, it's I thought it was kind of interesting because Ennis isn't really upset with him about that. You know what I mean? Like he's
But
just
and
like
this is also like for a time like taking it out on Alma.
true.
Like
Yeah.
That
they
is true.
show at least I think just the one, but maybe more than one scene of them like having sex, and he just like flips her over.
Flips her
Yeah.
over, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
who here amongst us, you know?
Also, this movie, a good argument for why conversion therapy doesn't work because if Linda Cardinelli isn't going to de-gay you, I don't think anything's gonna.
Yeah,
Right.
for real.
Yeah, it's I mean, the I want a foot massage move is that's a pretty good move.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good move. Yeah, it's just like this is such a heavy scene and it's so sad because yeah, even I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew like, well, this is it because that's I know this movie doesn't end well, right? Like it
Right.
can't end well. Just for context. Uh, yeah, so they part ways. We jump forward a little bit more in time, and Ennis gets a postcard that he sent to Jack returned, and it just has like a rubber stamp deceased on the postcard. So he ends up calling Jack's house, gets Lorene. This is what we talked about earlier on the show. She tells him that Jack was out there changing the tire on one of the machines, and the tire burst, and it sent like the I don't know,
The
not
rim or the
yeah,
hubcap.
yeah, the rim of the hubcap like into his face, and it broke his nose and his jaw and knocked him out, and he drowned in his own blood before anybody could find him. But as she's saying that, we cut first to Heath Ledger hearing this, and then to what may or may not be what happened or what he imagines happening, where two or three guys like chase him down and beat him with tire irons. Um,
What you said, Nate, about them deliberately leaving it ambiguous for the movie is true. In the short story, it is explicit that he is killed by
Oh,
people.
okay. I didn't even know
okay,
this is based
okay.
on a short story.
Well,
Yeah, this
yeah,
is based on a short story that came out. I think it said like '97.
Yeah, it's like
Hmm.
it's Annie Prue, I think, who wrote
Yeah,
it.
something like that. But she
Um,
in her book in her story apparently it's explicit that he is killed by homophobic people.
okay.
and it would make sense for him to imagine that, not just from like the standpoint of like um what he saw when he's younger, but he's also kind of like a vessel for guilt throughout the entire
Yeah,
movie.
true.
So like, it would only make sense. It's like, oh, because I wasn't there, because I didn't settle down with him, this was his ultimate fate.
Well, and there's also the issue of like the plausibility of the story, because you can hear that and go like, well, wait, you're saying a tire exploded and it sent a thing directly into just his nose and jaw,
Yeah.
and it was hard enough to knock him out, but not to kill him in the first place. Like, there's a lot of layers of
Yeah.
cover up
Yeah.
language built in that is well done there. So yeah, so he hears this and he kind of gives up the ghost to her a little bit, like we were fishing buddies, and then she says something about scattering his ashes on Brokeback Mountain. He says like, "Oh yeah, we did that one job there." And it dawns then on Anne Hathaway that like, "Oh, the happiest moment in his life was with this guy."
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, I didn't even think it was a real place because he was just so, I guess, nonchalant about it. She thought it might not even be a real
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she also says that he kept all of his friends' like information in his head, which I think also implies that like she knows he's running around with
Yeah.
a lot of people that she doesn't know about
Oh, yeah.
because he just
Absolutely.
has, you know, a Rolodex of lovers.
Yeah.
Um,
He's a filthy slut, but it's just because like he can't be with his one love.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, so Ennis goes to Jack's parents' house to try to get the ashes so they can take half the ashes to Brokeback Mountain. This is the other conversation. The dad's like, no, he's getting buried in the family plot. And then Jack's mother lets Ennis go upstairs, and he goes into Jack's bedroom. Well, the dad also shares the thing of like, hey, you know, he told me about you. He said that you two were going to come up here and run the ranch together. And then a couple of years ago, like he brought another guy up here that he said they were going to run the ranch together, but that didn't go anywhere. So there's clearly like, I think you're right, Sean. I think like the dad knows and he's okay with it. Like he's interestingly not, that's not the problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then Ennis goes into Jack's bedroom and he's looking through all these things to try to find anything. And he's crying because he's finding some things that he remembers. And then there's like a secret part of the closet where he finds the shirt that he was wearing when they got in the fight with this blood all over his sleeve. And it's nested inside the shirt that Jack was wearing when they got in
Well,
the
because I
fight.
think I think was it at it must have been at that trip where he said, I'm gonna go home, I'll stop by my parents' house for a little bit or whatever. So I guess that was at the same time.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think
Also,
that's
like
yeah.
there's like this like really kind of brilliant set design. I don't know if they found the house this way or they made it like that. Like the parents' living room and kitchen looks like a fucking like a sketchbook almost. Like it's
Yeah.
very stark
Yeah,
white,
yeah,
but like
it's like
faded
the
white. It
Take
looks
on
like an
Me
aha
video in a weird
video.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
totally. Yeah.
So it really makes everything pop.
Yeah, because everything feels very it's very like low tech stagecraft sort of thing where just like
Yeah.
any costuming stands off of it. So yeah, so
Yeah,
he
when the
finds
like when the mom first walks outside, she looks like a Norman Rockwell painting from like the Dust Bowl. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
she's like gray and like blue, and
yeah, yeah.
like it's incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Ennis holds these shirts and he cries in the room, and then as he's leaving, he just kind of like shows them to the mom, and the mom's like, "Yeah, you can take them," and she clearly knows what's up. They gently bag them in like a paper bag, and he leaves with this artifact
Well,
of
she
their
also
love.
says, you make sure you come back, which I mean, obviously
Oh
he
yeah,
will, but
right.
yeah, yeah,
And whether they mean it or not, I don't know either.
yeah,
It's kind of one of those. They probably mean it because they want whatever little artifact of Jack he still has, I
yeah.
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, it'll never happen because he's not that kind of person. Um, so then we time jump one more time, and his daughter's Kate Mara. I mean, it was a
Yeah.
little earlier too, but she's getting married to some guy, and so she shows up to Ennis's trailer. Ennis now lives the most desperate version of life. Like he doesn't have anyone. He literally has nothing. Like his trailer has a couple of old chairs and there's like
Yeah.
a mattress on the floor.
Well, he does say if you don't have nothing, you don't need nothing, which is
Mhm.
like that's so tough.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that is the philosophy of a person who has given up on themselves, right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
uh so she's getting engaged to this oil worker guy. She wants him to come to the wedding. And he kind of starts to give the same excuse that he gave Jack, which is like, I gotta work, so I can't do that. And then he goes to pour himself a drink in the kitchen, and he has this moment of just recognition of the situation, and kind of weakly, but clearly says like, okay, no, you're right, I'm gonna do this. And then he pours them both a drink to celebrate. I don't know that he actually goes. The movie doesn't tell us, but
Yeah.
it shows that he at least gave up on being whatever he thought he had to be and he can love other people instead
I
of
hope he
not.
I hope he goes.
Yeah.
I hope he has some kind of
I
happiness.
do too, but I feel like he won't. Like my
Yeah.
read is that like, he now is a time capsule, you know what I mean? He's got nothing. He wants nothing, and all he has is that shirt hung up that he sees every single day. And
Yeah.
like where he very gently nudges the photograph back. I find it interesting that it's a photograph of the mountain itself, but there's no photographs. There's no like memorabilia or anything of them or
Yeah.
of Jack. It's just like I don't know if you can't bear to look at it or whatever, but it's just like, I have these icons, these like totems of this time, but like I'm removed from the reality of it. I don't know if that's intentional or just kind of I don't know.
No, I think you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think like on one hand, it's that they had no practical way to take photos together because that probably would have felt conspicuous, I guess. But it is interesting that they never bothered to exchange anything like that. You know, you would think like what with the proliferation of nudes in the 2020s that they would have at least
Right.
had like
Like
pictures.
if they open the closet, it's just a picture of Jake Gyllenhaal's dick.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, even, you know,
There's a picture
something
of his
could have
own dick
been.
in the closet.
Uh, but yeah, and then he kind of just lovingly looks at the shirt. The shirts are now reversed. His shirt is now on the
Yeah.
outside, so he is embracing Jack instead of Jack embracing him.
Yeah.
And then he just looks at the postcard and says, "Jack, I swear," and we fade to
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
and they
it.
leave the closet open.
Yeah. Oh, that. I didn't even think of it that way, but that's a really good point.
Yeah.
I love that Jack, I swear, also it feels like it
Just
ends on an
yeah,
ellipsis where we don't know what is he saying, like I swear, like in southern like slang, like oh I swear, or is he
yeah,
saying like
I do declare.
I
Dude, I
yeah
was just about to say
yeah, is
that.
he doing that, or
no,
is he swearing something? It
yeah,
doesn't
he's
matter
swearing
either way
vengeance for
because yeah.
Brokeback Mountain 2 when he goes into Texas and starts killing everybody.
What this movie really needed is over the closing credits a montage of like shots of like everybody partying at a daughter's wedding.
Right. Yeah, they're all doing a coordinated line dance together.
Yeah, and everybody shows up.
Yeah,
Anne Hathaway, Jake Jill, everybody's there.
Jake
Raven
Gyllenhaal's a
Quaid.
Force Ghost.
Yeah, you look away from the craft the food table and it's like there he is
It is
looming.
funny that they're like Monroe's gonna cater it. I'm like from the grocery store. Like I find that such like an odd little line.
It's a hey, this is the cheapest thing we could do is write off some shrunk merchandise in the grocery store
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
make
Yeah,
yeah,
all
exactly.
those jars of peanuts you broke earlier. He saved all those peanuts.
they got glass in them.
those are
You gotta
prizes.
just gotta pick them out.
Yeah.
Also,
Uh,
I don't know if we touched on it. There is a scene earlier where he's riding with the daughter and she wants to come live with him, and he's like,
Oh
"Nah, you
yeah.
can't."
Yeah.
yeah.
Like he can't have anybody. Like it's just like he has to repel everything because the one thing he actually wants, he can't have. So he's like not going to substitute it with anything else either.
Yeah, but he kind of dicks around with it for a little while, right? Because
Yeah,
he has what's her name? He that after he breaks up with Michelle Williams, like he dates her for a little while, but like always keeps her at like arm's length. Like
Well,
yeah,
then it says
weird.
that he just like stopped responding to her.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
He said like
It appears
he
that
ghosted her.
yeah, he fully ghosted her and then she shows up with another dude and he just like acts sad that she's talking
well,
to him.
well, she's also, I think that she's also aware that he's gay because when she's talking to the daughter, she's said something like, what? Why am I not good enough? And she's like, well, you're good. Like some, there's an implication that it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter because you're not a dude and you're not specifically. I don't know that she's aware. I'm sure you can take that her mother has probably said something to them at some point. Like it must have come up.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I assume that she's aware
Well,
because she's like,
and yeah,
she
you're
doesn't say, you need to find a wife. She just says you need to get married again.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
because I mean, if your dad goes on a fishing trip every 2 months for your childhood with a man and never comes back with any fish, you're probably a little suspicious, regardless of what people say.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I,
Yeah.
I don't know why this has nothing to do with anything, but Benny Johnson, his wife
Well,
stopped
it
him.
has something to do with this.
His wife told him that he can't go on any more trips because that you can infer what he can't go on any more weekend vacations for some reason. I don't know. I know he's totally straight and everything, but
So yeah,
anyway,
that's the movie.
that's
Like,
the movie.
what a fucking great movie.
Fantastic.
I am distressed that it took me 20 years to watch the movie. It's also sad that it's a 20-year-old movie, and for some reason it seems like it would be harder for people to grasp now if it came out than
Oh
in
yeah.
Oh
2005.
yeah.
Like that if this movie came out today, there would be just this, right-wing upheaval of vitriol
Oh
about what it's doing. And
yeah.
it's like
How woke it is
and
and
it's
all
so
that.
fucking, it's just so inherently human in all of the most important ways. Like, look, all of these people are sad. And why are they sad? Because everybody is pretending to be something they're not.
Yeah.
Like, we can just stop pretending and be happier.
I
Like,
mean, this is
yeah,
one of the best romantic dramas I think made probably in 40 years. Like I think this is like the way it deals with relationships and longing and all that. Like I think is like nothing short of brilliant as far as
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah.
Um, without being like it's not cloying. You know what I mean? It's not like overly. It's sentimental, but not like in a goofy way. There's no like the again the there's no like or not a lot of like outward slurs. There's not a lot of the trappings that you would expect in a movie like this. They managed to kind of like sidestep like the AIDS crisis, which at
I was
it's
really
early
worried that
80s.
that's I was
Yeah,
worried that's where this movie was going to.
yeah,
because that's the easy out, right? Is that Jake
Yeah.
Gyllenhaal gets AIDS and he dies.
yeah.
Um,
Well, and I love too that to your point, like there's not like a dating montage in this either. Like a lesser movie would have gone with like, okay, cool, they've hooked up the first time. Now we're gonna do like a montage sequence where we see them doing all these things. And it doesn't do that. It just like says, okay, you saw that happen. You know it's continuing to happen. We're not going to keep,
Right.
we're
Yeah.
not going to keep underlining this for you. It knows how to make this a character piece, and that's what it is. Like every single person who is on screen when they're on screen is meaningfully there.
Yeah.
And there's just no like, hey, that guy's just in the background to be an asshole. Like even the scene with the dad that is the Anne Hathaway's dad that like is maybe the most cuttable scene in the movie is still really great because it shows this like shared humanity and the fact that like Jake Gyllenhaal is so mad now that he's like standing up for himself in different ways, which
Well,
is
also,
yeah,
like, it does show that, like, I think they go out of a way to make a point of it that, like, just because these guys are gay does not mean that they're somehow weak or, like, less
Yeah.
of
yeah,
men
Yeah,
than,
absolutely.
they would be otherwise. Although it is kind of funny when, he's like, did you call the teacher? And she's like, why didn't you do it? It's like, well, they're mad at me because I fucking complain too much. Like, so he
Yeah.
does love his family, where I don't know if Heath Ledger does, or maybe he does in a
yeah,
way, but again, he can't get past his guilt about anything, which like cripples every relationship he has.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's
Agreed.
so burdened that he's unable to even like enjoy what he's saddled himself with. And yeah, you're right. I think that's a great scene too when they talk about the complaining thing because that feels just very relatable to dealing with things in a relationship anyway. It's like, did you call this company that we have to call? It's like, no, I didn't. Will you call them?
Yeah.
I don't want to. Like we do this. We do these dances and they're not, yeah,
Well,
they're
and it
part
does
of the
it does show
realism of it.
that they are still engaged in a relationship in some way or another. Also, like
Yeah.
it kind of stressed me out. Like this has nothing to do with the overall movie, but the idea of driving a pickup truck with two horses in the bed fucking skeeved me out so bad. Like I don't even like driving the dog to the vet. I couldn't imagine driving a whole ass horses in a pickup truck.
Yeah, as like
uh
a surprise. Like, hey, look, I brought the horses for
yeah.
us to use.
Yikes.
Jeez.
Hey Alec, was your favorite part of the movie the slight grocery store representation in the film?
Uh, sure.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we get into five knuckle shuffles? I think we've already said quite a bit about the
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
we
So,
covered it. It's an amazing movie.
uh, 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 Alec.
11.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Like, this is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. And I'm embarrassed that it took me almost 20 years to watch it from when it came out. But also, if I had seen it when I came out, I could not have appreciated the movie. I would not have been mature enough to handle watching it and the themes and things that it deals with.
Sure.
Um, but like this movie's excellent. I'm not going to say it's like a favorite movie of mine. Like I don't need to watch it very often, but like it's an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah.
Um,
You're not teeing this up in the Christmas rotation.
no, maybe for June.
Well, I think part of the
Um,
reason, probably, like, I don't know, maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but like with me, I didn't watch it for a long time because like the movie was like, a proto meme. It was like, I wish I knew how to quit
Yeah.
you. That shit
Yeah.
was everywhere. And I'm like, I don't want to
Talked
watch
to
this.
We
Not
touched
because,
on that a little bit before you got on
um,
because I was just saying how, the way that meme was like passed around, like it doesn't really explain the context in which that line was given in the film. And it's kind of weird that became like
I
you
drank your
drink
milkshake.
that
Yeah.
way. Like it's very
yeah,
strange because like in the movie, I don't know, I don't come away with that feeling like that's something like that's not what are the one I used earlier, the Jerry Maguire, like you had me at hello.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
hmm
I'm like, I don't
Well,
know, it
and
doesn't
it's,
seem that way.
and it's not even that, like, I don't think we would have enjoyed it or had problems with it because of like the queer themes. I think it just came
No.
across as like a cheesy melodrama of, I wish I
Yes.
knew how to quit you. And
well, I'm gonna
so,
say it like I am also something that I didn't watch. I can't say recently, but it was probably like 5 years ago now. Like my own private Idaho.
Oh
Like
yeah.
yeah.
that
Great movie.
just the title and what I knew about it from like posters and what I had heard from word of mouth. Like it's just it they just sound like boring. I don't even know how to describe them. Just like
Like
boring old man movies.
Movies for adults, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, I mean I feel like
but
that's
like that's
exactly the reason
another
I
one that was
waited to
a
watch it.
certified banger.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Gus Van Sant bringing the lumber.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, this is an 11. Like I can't. There's not a lot I can say about it, but it's just like a perfect movie in like every way. I think. Not a bad performance. People I forgot were even in it. Like I forgot David Harbour's in it,
Hmm.
even though he's only in it for like a second, and Anna Faris. Um, but yeah, top notch, full marks. TJ.
It's a 10 for me, dog. It's fantastic. It's well directed. Something we didn't really touch on in our synopsis is how good this fucking movie looks. Like all the
Oh, it's a
in the very
perfect Western.
beginning,
Like it's shot like
yeah,
any old Western, but oh God.
but
Yeah,
like the
so good.
scenic like vistas and stuff, like the mountains and like the just like I don't know, I loved all the nature photography in this movie, like in the very beginning. But Sean said it earlier, the interior shots of that house is like really interesting. There's a lot of very subtle, interesting choices visually in this movie that keeps me very entertained. All the performances are top notch. There isn't a weak performance in this whole movie. The writing is super strong. The direction, like I said, is super strong. The story is incredibly sad, which I always respond to sad movies probably the best. I loved it. I thought it was great. I think it's I mean, I think it's an achievement. I think it's one of those movies that's like it was lauded and for good with good reason. Like it's a fantastic film. And
Oh
it
And
yeah.
made
I'm pretty sure it lost Best Picture to Crash.
oh my
Oh my
God.
god.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But I also I said this in the chat, but it made me miss Heath Ledger because like he's so good, and it's such a shame that he died at such a young age. Because who knows what he could have given us? Because that guy, I mean, he's fantastic in this movie. He's so fucking good. Such a great.
If Heath Ledger's still around, Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't see his star shoot as
Yeah, I
high
think you're probably right about that.
as it
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nate.
Yeah, it's a 10. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a perfect Western. It is the perfect kind of sad movie because it's the kind of sad where you're not it's not s- it's sad because everything was there and never grabbed, right? It's like the opposite
It's like an
of
unrealized potential.
yeah, yeah. Those always break my heart. And it's the same thing that TJ you brought up. I watched TV Glow. I saw the TV Glow and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's this movie where it's just like just no, just do the things that would make you happy. All you have like you can do them.
Even though we don't do that as the
Even though we don't.
audience.
Well, that's the thing, right? It holds this cruel mirror up to us because it makes me think about like, well, yeah, there's a bunch of shit that I didn't do in my life, and it won't
And
happen.
I'm still not going to, even though I have the opportunity.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's that part of you that is like, man, I mean, does if the Ennis in you kills the Jack in you completely, like what happens? Like you end up in a trailer barely doing anything and holding on
Yeah.
to what might have been. Um, but yeah, it's just it's perfect. Like I can't think of a bad thing about it. And it's the same thing. It's like I think, the movie came out, I was like 24. I would have been like, that's not my kind of movie. And I think because it was such a big deal, right? It was like it was on everything. It was the SNL jokes. It was it was memed. Like it was the whole thing and you just I didn't ever think to do it. And I wish I would have earlier, but to mirror Alec, like I feel like being in my 40s allows me the kind of perspective and introspection to appreciate the movie on all the levels that it's providing. And I think it's a movie that I'm just going to appreciate more and more as I get older.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I agree.
so yeah, it's wonderful. Sean.
Sean's left.
Oh, it's a 4. Um, no, it's a 10 also. It's one of our rare perfect movies. Echoing everything everybody else said, but there's not like a wasted minute in this movie for a movie that's like well over 2 hours. I want to say it's like 2 hours and 14 minutes or so. And for a movie that's not like a big dialogue heavy film, like every line is totally necessary. A much worse movie would have turned into a marriage story, and there would have been a half an hour of each couple screaming at each other
Oh
and
yeah.
throwing shit and
Yeah.
all. Like they don't bother with it. It's not needed. You get everything you need to know about their relationship from like the scene Alec mentioned with the flipping her over, or there's that brief scene later where they have sex and she's like, "I'd have more kids if you would take care of them." The Thanksgiving scene, like everything needs to be exactly where it is. It can be nowhere else for the movie to function, and like it doesn't. For a movie that's ostensibly two guys sitting in a meadow for 2 hours and some odd minutes, like it is not slow, which is an achievement unto itself. So like now this movie's like perfect. I have nothing bad to say about this movie at all, other than the fact that it is like like oppressively sad, but
Oh
not
yeah.
maudlin. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
not like, oh look how sad this is. It's like I feel like, the Winnipeg or not Winnipeg, the slap in the back of the kid's head meme with Donnie Darko. Like that's how you get people to care about characters.
Yeah, yeah, because it is the sadness seeps into your bones with this movie.
Yeah,
Like you carry the sadness with you after you watch it for a while.
yeah.
Um,
But that's it.
And
The
hell
this
yeah.
dude directed Hulk and Gemini Man.
Oh,
There
fucking
you go.
Gemini Man. Oh my God.
Like, Ang
Um,
Lee, are you serious?
whose pick is it next week? Because I have a pick.
I have a couple of ideas too. If we want to, I'll throw a couple out and we can see if anything sounds
Sure.
good. I was gonna go with Michelle Williams, and one of them is she's in Species as the young version uh
All right.
of the
Yeah,
species.
I was
Uh
also going with Michelle Williams, but she's also in Venom. We
oh
did
yeah.
we
Well, because I was gonna say Dick was my other thing. It was
so you're
Species or
picking
Dick, but
you're
Venom's
picking
good too.
but that if we pick Venom, then we Sean can do the voice the whole episode.
Yeah, yeah, we should do
Okay.
Venom.
All right.
Feel like we should do
I'm down.
Venom. Yeah.
That's a good pivot.
I kind of wanted to pick Shutter Island because it's a movie that I like go back and forth on whether or not I like it or not.
It's like 4 hours long, isn't it?
Nah, well, it's a newer Scorsese, so probably like super long. But yeah, let's watch Venom. I think that's like
Okay.
an hour and a half.
Plus, Venom
Venom.
is ostensibly about two men who can't quit each other.
That is true.
Yep, there you go.
That's very true.
So
All right, that's the show, everybody. Next week, Venom. This week, I don't know. What we just watched.
Is she also in Venom 2?
Yes, she is.
Oh, okay.
Let There Be Carnage. Yes.
Yeah.
Probably Venom.
I
Probably
think
Venom 3.
she's in the
She's
third.
not in Venom 3.
yeah, I don't think
think.
she is.
She's
I haven't
definitely in
seen the
the
second
one.
or third ones.
The second one rules.
The second one, I fucking love the second one. As much as I like the first one, I unironically love the second movie.
I never saw the third one.
Yeah.
Third one's fine.
But all right, everybody, that's the show. You know what to do. Eat your own ass. We'll see you next week. Have a good one. Come see me at
Do you want to do the second one, or are you more attached to the first one?
I we can do the second one. I feel like the second one's more fun to watch. Yeah, we'll do the second one.
Okay.
Let There Be Carnage. All right, Venom 2
Yeah.
next week.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
All right,
boys.
everybody.
Later, dudes.
See you guys later.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye.